of see a lot of Liquid is number one here, and oh no, I'm not sure who the chat's going for here. Ah boy,
Looks like
Liquid,
they're starting.
They are off, man.
Mm-hmm.
But the Liquid pay you all or something to go roof room? I don't know what's going on, man. All this level. We're gonna see here. So we are off. And if for some reason you've never seen this game, where have you been the past like month? You know? But again, this is Super Mario Odyssey. They are racing in the 80% category. So the goal is pretty simple. They're going to traverse through a number of kingdoms. And with the exception of the first one, each kingdom requires them to obtain a certain number of moons in order to leave the kingdom on the Odyssey to proceed to the next world. Rinse and repeat until we can, you know, take care of Bowser and get our girl back at the end. So, very simple game, right?
Yes. Easiest game in the world.
Easiest game in the world. So of course, they begin in Cap Kingdom. You know the whole story. You know, poor Mario after his girl. You know, he's been after that girl for 30-some years here, and of course he falls down and his hat gets bodied, and of course this ghost-like reincarnation of Hat is obviously, you know how it is. He's scared to death of him. Next thing you know, he's helping him to hopefully reobtain what is rightfully his, Miss or Mrs. Princess Peach or whatever you want to call her. So. Got a little introductory stage here, and what you think, man? Not really much in this level.
No, just some frog action.
Yeah. So of course, you know, many people who haven't seen this game before, one of the prime, I guess, gimmicks, if you want to say, of the game is the hat. The hat is what makes the movement of this game very, very visually pleasing to watch here. And of course, the other things, the enemy's already ruining my non-bonk run. Reset. Go back. But obviously, you see the hats everywhere here. And of course, our first fight with these Brodals, again, one of the much easier fights here. All these Brodals have their little strats here to make the fight very, very quickly. And of course, the main thing when you do this run, you just want to get past this level, get it going, intro stage, if you want to call it, and, you know, just keep it going here. So obviously, everybody's pretty close. Everybody's showing off the logo of the game right now here in case you didn't know what you were playing. There it is, 4 ways.
I had no idea. I was commentating randomizer. Where am I?
You were doing Link to the Past? So here we go. We have our first kingdom here. We're starting off with good old Cascade. Amazing music and the shorter of the kingdoms here. Just you need to get 5 moons. In case you are new to the game, if you check the upper left corner of each player's game feed, you will see the little dashed out circles there, and that represents each moon they need to obtain in order to fix the Odyssey, because every time you get to a new kingdom, the Odyssey's busted up. And once you get enough moons to power back, you can proceed to the next kingdom. So, and of course, everybody knows the biggest frustration of this level, which you are soon about to see. What do you think about this? What do you think about this Yoshi incarnation here, man?
I personally hate it. He's never nice to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep. The Spirit of Living Color hated it. I don't think anyone likes it. Of course, it's you want to grab control, and of course, the quickest way is to do the good old Dino skip, Yoshi skip, whatever you want to call it. You want to hit this little bounce pad here and hopefully get high enough to jump off with Mario and skip the intended route. And of course, you see right there Andy having to make a little lap around.
Yeah, try to.
Gonna have to try 2, and in case you missed it twice, here it is on the thrice. And oh boy, he just burned out some of those extra carbohydrates right now. Don't worry, he'll get it. There we go. We took flight, and that's a low boy. A little short there. Okay, that was a little bit more than short, but he's gonna try it again. Yoshi is not cooperating. See all them times of killing Yoshi in all these games. See, Yoshi's mad now. So all of our other 3 players are just about completed with the fight, and looks like Andy's gonna finally make it up there. again, for all four of these runners, anyone that really runs this game, this is a very heavily a very heavy reset point here. Because if you miss that a couple times, it's just like, man, let's just start back over. Because you don't want to necessarily start your run off with a lot of misses there.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of time there.
Yeah. So as you can see, you know, the fight is pretty simple. You know, you want to bop the old golden chain chomp, take control of it, and hit this questionable looking character you see falling down on Andy's screen. I know, boy, that's a very disturbing character. But of course, that particular fight gives you 3 of the 5 moons you need, and one more quick one up, and they can proceed up out of this level. I'm not talking trash. I'm just talking what I see with all 4 of my eyeballs. Well, 2 dusty ones right now. But yeah, man, that is a very short stage here, and I guess this is where you get to see a lot more movement coming up in Sand Kingdom. You know, Sand Kingdom requires significantly more moons and a lot of movements, and also a chance to see how the routes can vary. Sand Kingdom is infamously one of those levels that has undergone quite a number of route changes in this run, man. What do you think, man? What do you do? What do you do in Sand Kingdom, Jock? What do you do as far as your route?
I tried to do the newest route, the one with the luggage and the pillar, starting out
Okay.
employee moon. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, a lot of people are going Jaxie, and of course, depending on how you play this level, it kind of determines how you may play some future ones. Because sometimes people opt for a route that will give them more coins. You know, they take the Sphinx route, grab a couple hundred coins, so they don't have to worry about any purchasing issues later. Some people are going for other routes where they may have to, you know, do seaside prior to snow because they may not have enough money to buy a moon. Of course, they're going to buy some moons. It costs 100 coins, and of course, if you're going to take one of those lower coin, little riskier routes, you have to be careful, especially not to die, because just losing 10 coins on a death can, you know, dramatically change your route. We saw that on the race earlier, where someone took a fortunate death and had to take a completely different route in Snow Kingdom because of it. So, as you can see, we got our birds here. You notice that Odme is decided to go above and get the bird now. Some people get it later in the Oasis. It's a matter of the choice on the route here. Check out the bottom action here. You got Pi going Rumble for his 3rd moon. Again, very close match for now. You know, Andy's trying to make up ground from having some Yoshi issues a little bit later. No, he's not in the Odyssey. He got up out of there now. Making his way. Man.
Grabbing the bird early.
Yeah, that bird can be a nuisance. If you go for it early and you miss it, you know, it's always one thing. Especially if you hit it and then you can't get the moon, because sometimes you got to do a nice little hat jump up to grab it. So you try to hit them and then on your hat bounce, grab it on the way back. And you see Odme flying through there. No problems with this level so far. Just moving right along here.
What?
Interesting if you watch Andy. Did you see that? Yeah. Andy's doing a little bit different route there. You sometimes don't see that route too much. A lot of people have changed it. You're going to go grab the one overlooking and the bird, and then go to employees only. So again, you get to see a little bit of that different route movement.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to see how they do this.
You can switch out moons for other moons if you think like one moon is easier than the other.
Definitely. And I mean, well, really far grabbing this bullet bill, and no worries. Definitely one of the far ones out there. If you fall down, you're gonna have to think about the recovery options here.
Indeed.
And of course, if you're not too familiar with this game, there is obviously one thing that is very vital, and that is the motion controls. This game, you know, you can play this game without motion controls, but it is significantly more more to your speed benefit to take advantage of the motion controls. So when you see them rolling, you know, they're shaking the mess out their Joy-Cons or controllers or whatever peripherals they're using to get a much faster roll. You'll see them take advantage of that on when they're doing climbing things so they can move up a little quicker. So you got to be on point with that. So this game is not only fun and executing, but man, it can have you tired, man. So this is not the game to play You know, if you might get arthritis or carpal tunnel or something, you might be messed up after this.
Yeah. And we saw Liquid heading into swings, grabbing coins there, and Odme skipping out of swings. So he has to collect coins throughout the run.
Yeah, and he's got to make sure he's on there because you want to have that coin again. 100 coins needed in order to get moon purchase there. You see, Odme going the Jaxie route there, hitting that treasure chest on the left that will give 50 coins for him, and then of course grabbing the moon in there and then taking the route here. So he's only got 3 more to go. And again, here we go. LiquidWifi going for Jaxie as well, and on there, no problem, as well as Pi. Again, a very dangerous movement because if you miss that jump, you are going into the purple Kool-Aid, and assuming which route you took, if you didn't hit a checkpoint, you're going to go all the way back to the Odyssey and having to take quite a, backtrack to get back to where you want to go. Yep. So again, you get to see them here. You see the slight little changes here. For those who got the bird early, they won't be getting it in Oasis. If they didn't get it early, then they'll be probably picking up the bird there. So you can see Andy holding in there strong, trying to bounce back from the Dino crisis. See what I did there? I sure did. And 2 moons very quickly, and of course, Odme is headed back to the Odyssey. He has his 16 required moons and is able to move to the next stage. And there we go. LiquidWifi is warping back. Probably like a couple seconds quicker with an optimal roll versus warping back. Pi picking up his 16th moon, and he is completed as well.
Warping and rolling depends on which moon you take last. Yeah, if you do notes, it's faster to roll back. If you don't do notes and do like swings instead, it's faster to warp.
Because knowing me, I can't roll too well in this game. I'll just roll off the edge and die. So I know I better warp back for my own safety.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah. So of course, the good thing about this game is once you complete a kingdom, you get a little downtime. I mean, the worst thing you gotta do is, act like it's a Zelda speed run cutscene, just mash A over and over and over again to get through this. Your Cappy wants to talk your head off to death. But once you get through that, A, and some cutscene skips. And of course, if you notice, our players are not playing mostly in English because the game is faster. I think it's about 12 seconds faster overall from basic English. But a lot of times you may not worry about it unless you're really going for those really fast times.
Yeah.
But nowadays, what the cool kids do, so everybody does it. Except me.
Why
not? Not good yet.
Missing the out there.
Yep. So what do you think, man? Do you like Water Kingdom? Jock, what do you think? You like this Water Kingdom one?
I don't like this jump coming up here, and the boss can be annoying.
Yeah.
I don't mind swimming though.
You don't mind swimming, yeah.
No.
Yeah. This is where you take control of Cheep Cheep here, and of course, this game has a lot of cap control. But one thing about this game that you really don't know until you play is that there are a lot of undocumented controls of some things, like the fish, for instance. It tells you how to dive and how to surface, but it doesn't tell you about the fact that hey, if you press both buttons at the same time, you can basically get a boost there. If you hold Y and press B, you can go downward faster, and vice versa with B and Y. So a lot of unread controls when you take control of things. And as Jock said, here's that next Brodo fight here. Again, once you do that, a little early there for Odme. Now, while he's going around there, unfortunately, Pi misses the jump out of there, but he's going to bounce back with the backup on the triple jump up instead. And he's on there, no problem at all. So, bosses down for Odme. LiquidWifi taking them. Pi's going to show you how to do this boss as well. Again, you want to get that first jump, do a backflip onto the hat. Again, he has a little problem as well, just like Odme did. And really got to get your timings down here. If you're too early, you'll actually go right through them. And Pi needs to be careful because he doesn't want to take a death here. So he's going to wait out the bounce cycle. And get this here. And There we go. And both Andy and Pi with the simultaneous kill just about. And yeah, so right now on our top screen, we've got Odme with a few second lead. Let's see, probably about 15 seconds up on Andy. And for all those in chat who were going for the LiquidWifi, obviously has the lead right now over Pi. But again, you got a lot of action coming up. You got a lot of kingdoms, a lot of opportunity for death, success, and of course showing off all this amazing crispy movement here.
Mhm.
So now look, you said you weren't a fan of this last kingdom. Now come on, now you can't not like Wooded Kingdom.
Does anyone like World of the Kingdom?
You don't like it?
No.
Oh, what do you like, man? Do you like cookies? Like what?
I like Luncheon. That's the best
The
kingdom.
one
Yeah.
kingdom most people can't stand.
What?
Okay, well, it's pretty. Okay, it's pretty. I'll let you enjoy lunch.
Thank you.
So, but obviously, most people like Wooded Kingdom. They love that. You know, when you start getting into the middle part of the area, you get to hear that good music that a lot of us love. And but yeah, Wooded Kingdom again. Quite a number of moons you need to get as well.
Mhm.
And of course, you're gonna go shopping here. Of course, you got Return of Mips here. Always ready to bother you to death in a 3D Mario game. And as you can see, Onmi is going in here. You see this movement here. Again, doing the ground pound. It's always interesting to see this because many people have so many different ways of doing this. You see some people doing ground pounds. You'll see some people landing, doing backflips to get them. And, you know, the same way you can get it because you can always do a dive off your head once to get that height in. That's really what makes this run so interesting. As a matter of fact, you see Onmi doing, forgetting using the onion, he's just going to swag out the hat stress to get this.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah.
Usually take this up route up. I don't know which is faster.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was onion, whatever it is, that little green thing, little vegetable. So now here's where you may see a little route difference here. There's a water section because everybody loves water levels in Mario games. Some people opt to do the water section first. Some people opt to do it a little later and then warp out of it because you have to kind of go vertically upwards in the level after you do this. And again, 2 moons you get out of here. And you got to be a little careful here because if you get hit, you know, you can end up missing the cycle, and these fuzzies can bother you. But it looks like Odme is through, no problem. And as you can see, Andy going the upper route here, getting the maze and the nut first. And also, you see Pop doing the same thing, man. What route do you use for this?
I go pipeway first.
Got you.
Yeah.
And water section can be a little unfit times, but here we go. And of course, you know, you can always bonk in the water. You know, underwater bonks they're really brutal in this game. It's just Mario's like, whoa, dude! It's like these days were probably about a second longer than you just a normal bonk from outside. So you want to be careful about that when you start doing your swimming. And you definitely don't want to miss these jumps because if you fall in the wrong place here, you're going to end up in that doggone Lost Woods area down there, which is a pain to get out of there. Since you actually you can't warp while you're down there. So if you hit a checkpoint and want to quickly get back up, that's not happening. So, and of course, you see Pi. Speaking of the Lost Woods, he is going off an unusual route here. You know, they change these routes often here, but he's gonna have to make the best of it while he's down there. He's gonna have to go let's go Dino again. And of course, one thing about this, and whilst Pi down here, I may as well tell you about it. A lot of these moons are hidden inside it. Oh, well, I see 2 things going on here that's amazing here. First of all, you know, Odme got P-switchless, which is always a nice little impressive feat to do. But in this game, you see a lot of rocks that conceal a moon or some kind of object like that. And if you throw your hat you can easily pick it up and just basically ram it into something else, another rock, or in this case, we saw Pa just throw the rock right in Yoshi's face to instantly destroy it and obtain that moon very quickly. You know, I think there was actually a route set up for this kingdom that involved doing the bottom portion. I don't think it was much quicker, but I guess done optimally, it's not too bad of a ordeal. I mean, if you fall down there, I guess you need to know it just in case.
From my understanding, it was slower.
It was slower?
Yeah. So we scrapped it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pa's gonna have to do that because again, he can't warp out of there and don't want to reset. So he's gonna show off his knowledge of what's down there, man. Using those, I'm not sure if it's 80% skills or knowing those longer categories to know the location of there. Because I know I spent a while down here when I fell down my first time. So, and on top of that, he still has to get out. So he has to go to this little robot to throw another nut in there to grow the vine and then get there out there. And there's actually multiple ways out there that put you in different portions of the level. So as a result, as you can see, we've got our players here. You've got our other three players, Liquid, Andy, and Odme. Odme taking care of the fight, keeping that lead over Andy. LiquidWifi also in that lead. And Pies, he's making the best of what happened, man. I mean, he knows, at least he knows his moons down there. It's not a complete loss of doing that. But he has 4 more he needs to get in order to get up out this kingdom here. It's going to be interesting to see what he does here because, you know, normally the Brodo gives you 3, but he's quite a ways from that Brodo. I mean, quite a path to even get there. So he's going to have to go with some alternative strats here. He's going to go with the net here. Hey, don't knock Pie, man. Pie has come up with a lot of helpful route changes. He's helped develop some of these optimized routes here. So, hey, don't judge a pie before you cook it, all right? You know? So he's got 3 more he needs to get here to get out of this world. And the thing is, they're pretty close here. He's going to probably get the one around the corner, the one on the piranha, and then the one on top of the collapsing block area. Yeah. And that will give him his remaining 3 there. Because you never know what happened. You know, Pie made a mistake there, and, you know, Liquid could make another similar mistake, and some of these mistakes can be quite costly. You know, especially ones that send you back to the Odyssey. So, man, what do you think, man? How easy are these Bowser fights, Josh? What do you think?
Depends on how hard you make them. Or like Odme here, for example. Or varying strats.
Oh, man, he went for the fast grab on the hat there, and of course the main thing here is that you want to grab the hat, obviously the white one there, and begin to hit him. And he takes he was going for the damage strat there, but unfortunately, if you're there too long, Bowser would just re-grab his hat, and you have to wait another hat cycle here.
Yeah. Oh, that's too early. It was too close to Bowser.
Yeah. I say if you get too close to Bowser, he'll grab the hat. And he wants to be careful because he's on no health, and he still hasn't gotten that last hit in. Andy's on the second hit. Pie wrapping up with Kingdom. He's still in it now. Don't underestimate Pie because he's a great player with a really great time with us. So there we go. Double, man, the flip book action on the left side of the screen. So obviously Odme and Liquid maintain the lead as they take it into Lost Kingdom, where they can this can quickly change here with a bad jump here. We're going to have to deal with that purple Kool-Aid one more time. And again, another level that can vary at the very beginning. Some people opt to take the green tree route. Some people take the crate route. Let's see how it goes here.
I've seen a cage route.
Yeah, the cage route is... Yeah, it's been a while. That's probably one of the first ways of doing it. But you see them, you know, LiquidWifi was very close to the edge, though, on that dive. And, ooh, a little too close to the butterfly there. So, He's going to opt to go gardening here. Usually, I think in the newer route, you don't usually do gardening first now. You go around with how they started, and you don't do this one. But I think he's going to do that one as an alternative star instead of doing butterfly.
Yeah, they got rid of gardening star moon.
Now, if you haven't seen this game, spoilers. The biggest thing about this game is why are they going this crazy route at the beginning? Well, that bird that you see right there on what you just saw on Liquid screen is a bird that can grab Cappy, and you're forced to actually retrieve Cappy before you complete the level. So this whole bottom area is basically one gigantic hotspot that if you touch, it will trigger that cutscene. So by going above, going around, and then having the bird fly away will basically disable that cutscene or that trigger so that you can traverse the whole bottom of the map with no problems. However, if you die, which hopefully no one will going for this last one, which you're about to probably see Odme go, cross your fingers here. And there it is. So, of course, if you miss that moon, the trigger is then reset, which means the bird is now active again. So you have to kind of try to employ some backup strats there, but no problem there for him. Let's see what Wi-Fi does. He's going to go a little safer route using the stepstone as the tree. And as you see, Pi working on his comeback, and 3 for 3, get in there. Andy nailing it. Now, some people opt to actually do the deathless way of doing that. You can actually go under there and then hat dive and go back up. I think apparently it's optimally it saves 2 seconds.
Fight though.
Pi is showing the creativeness of backups here. He is the backup master, son. What? Who needs cloud backups, man? Just call Pi for those things, man. So
I'm to see 2D here.
See what he's gonna do here. He's gonna. I think he wants to go back up, but he doesn't want to hit that cutscene because if that trigger, that checkpoint, because if he dies, well, he is trying to. What's he gonna do here? He's gonna go back up. He's gonna. Oh, he gets back up there. So he's back on path now. He would have his third moon now.
Yeah.
Man, that butterfly causing some issues for 2 players today. But meanwhile, up north, everybody's in New Bonk City. And as you can see, Odme having no problem with the earlier jump. Let's see how Andy does on this nice little jump here. Again, normally they want you to go kind of around the longer way, but you can just go around here. Oh, boy. And unfortunately, LiquidWifi takes a fall, which is good news for Pi. Pi's had a couple of issues here, but definitely good news to help him kind of regain some of this deficit or get rid of some of it. Anyway. So unfortunately, he's going to go back to that checkpoint here and reclimb this. Got to be careful on this. Oh boy, just who needs that face anyway, man? Now I know sometimes I usually go above the upper portion on the building and kind of go up that way as opposed to doing that jump and working our way up. But again, you know, it's many ways of doing this run, man. Of this particular route here at the beginning. Not too much deviation, but one of the more challenging parts is where Andy is right now on this inside section. As you can see, Odme just blazed through it. And our Wiggler fight here. Wiggler fight can be a little frustrating. Definitely want to kill him on the earlier cycle, on the first cycle, or the second cycle, should I say. Sometimes these little purple things you have to hit just don't work. You just shoot them and the game says, I don't like you. They're not going to register that hit. But obviously it makes a pretty significant, we're talking about like 15 to 20 seconds if you can't get that second cycle kill there.
Probably more.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's see how Odme does here. Again, the key here is to hopefully he gives a pattern where he kind of crosses over, giving you kind of double the chances. And if you hit one of the purples, it destroys the one it hit and the one on the left and the right of it. So you want to stay away, far away, so you can aim upwards. And it looks like he nails it. Oh, he had confidence on the shot. He knew he got it. So the good 2 cycle there from Odme. Pi's coming back strong, man. Pi is the innovator here, and he's going to keep on going here as he begins his trek through Dark Metro.
And they're on the second phase.
And here we go.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah. And again, some good shots from Andy's. What's the cool kid say? 420, no scope, whatever it is. But he takes out on the second cycle as well. Pi is going to do a little wall jumping action here to grab that first moon. LiquidWifi is on that phase as well, and he's got one more kind of high, and ooh.
Got it. Very nice.
So far, man, that's pretty good, man. Everybody's getting the 2 cycles. So while Pi begins to traverse the insides, we got looks like Odme's going for the clip here. Going with moped strats here.
Oh.
And
Very-
look at there.
Very new strat. Odd.
Hacking. Streamer,
Yeah.
how come you're playing the game as intended, breaking the game, pressing the buttons on the controller?
Yeah, the moped is really wonky when it comes to hitboxes and hit detection. So you can clip through.
Odme landing perfectly with Field's bad man and made a new friend out of it. Andy going with Hot Wheel strats here. And all right, showing that 3-point maneuver in there.
Very nice.
Pretty good. So Pi's up, and he's gonna see if he can continue the quadfecta with everybody getting 2 cycle on Wiggler.
Yeah, it's all up
Yeah.
to him.
LiquidWifi showing why he is a fantastic candidate to be an Uber driver right there with a nice gather there. Feels Batman get another friend as LiquidWifi decides to just take his face out. I really like this level, man. Do you like this level, man? Come on, you gotta like this.
It's okay.
Oh my goodness. It's so hard to please, man. Don't like.
I don't like bonking and yeah.
I expect you to be doing backflips, cartwheels, and baking cakes when we get to Luncheon Kingdom, man.
Oh yeah.
Get you to like nothing here.
Luncheon is my bay.
Ah, boy. So, here we go. Let's see what Pi can do here. And, see if we can get the quad. He's got 2 more, and, oh, he missed a shot, and,
That's gonna be hard.
oh, he got it. He missed the shot, went for the 2 on the right, and still managed to get it in time. So every runner gets the 2 cycle, which is fantastic. It's good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go, Odme. You know, he just went through buying all those little pedestrians here. We've got Andy working his way down from the top of the thing, getting the one over the pool, getting the one by the cafe, and headed down to the same people that Odme just trampled like Marble Madness style here.
Yeah. Not far behind Odme either.
Yeah. LiquidWifi teasing that moon there, going back and forth. It nails it eventually, and here we go. Pi starting his light metro. And one little thing you'll see Pi do here, like you saw them all, was they throw the hat towards the electrical thing, conduit, I guess you want to call it, and grab the moon and then use the homing attack. Again, this goes back to the motion control ability. Motion controls, you can shake your controller, Joy-Con, and it will home in on that so you can avoid having to actually walk back to it. And he does a nice little thing there, and something about OTEP. I haven't really gathered that yet, but
Yeah, I don't know.
sounds like some new programming language. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a new drug on the streets. I don't know.
OTEP, yay. So here we go. So we got good old Paulina, man. She has really changed since Donkey Kong days, but hey. So there she is. Again, this route is pretty static. I think for most of the runners now of this game, this route is probably the main one. There's really not much deviation between what we do nowadays. Usually ending it with the remains of the monster and our guitar bassist.
Mm.
So more OTEP, more EA. And you see LiquidWifi following just like the top two runners are. And here we go. We got Pi. Again, Pi's not out of this, man. He's got half the moons here. He's trying to make up the ground here from a couple of mistakes here. Getting that questionable placement of a dumpster. How does anyone even empty that dumpster in that location? Ugh. But here we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Odme
man.
and Seaside.
Now, look. Do you like Seaside gaming?
Yeah, I'd say I do.
You heard it there. Yes, Mikey / Jock loves it. He likes it. He loves it. His favorite level. You heard it right there.
No. Spreading misinformation here.
Oh boy, the rumors begin. Watch out. So, Seaside, moderately shorter stage. You've got 10 moons you need to get in this one, and this route has changed a little bit. A lot of this route used to be getting moons involving Captain Toad and whatnot, but now we're gonna do a little water action here. Seem to be a little bit faster here, and of course you see him getting jetless, or whatever the cool kids are calling that now. But no problem here. You see Andy right on his tails grabbing his first moon. Again, you see a nice little maneuvering with the triple jumps and the hat dives and whatnot to really move up to grab those. Pi floating above the people, trying to wrap up his last few moons here. He just gotta grab double OTEP yay and the remains, and he'll be done with that. And of course, you see the different routes here right now. You'll see LiquidWifi going to Moon. What is this, Moon? It's not quite Moon. It's the Snow Kingdom. He has plenty of money here, so he has enough money to buy the moon there. And if you don't have the money, if you take a slightly different route and you're low on coins, then you'll go to Seaside first. That way you can make sure you get your 100 coins required to buy the moon in Snow Kingdom. So you're gonna see that deviation there. So pretty nice how this can still work out for the best. So again, a little fish action here. In case you can bonk as a fish, it's kind of cute. Just kind of dazes himself for a half second and will still continue on. But yeah, fish bonks. It's like this game just wanted to make your life miserable for all these bonks. I don't know what Nintendo Miyamoto up to these days, but
Name a Nintendo game you can't bonk in. I dare you.
Lost Levels. Thank you. See, that's what you get for asking me. See, I'm bonky. Just stop. Just there's no bounce back. You just hit the wall and stop. So it's like you just run into like Play-Doh or something. Just get sucked in.
It's the early days of bonking.
Hey. So again, you can see Odme finishing up. Again, you get most of your moons, about half of them as Mario cheap, and so he's done. He's going to head over to Snow next, where LiquidWifi currently is, and LiquidWifi another dip down in the Kool-Aid area. And oh boy, he gets blown over. I'm not sure if he meant to do that or if he was just trying to impress us all. But oh man, look at there, trying to participate in the gymnastics with that lovely perfect landing on top of there, and he gets the one on top of the archway. Again, gotta be a little careful here. You don't want to get blown off, and sometimes you throw your hat to do dives, and you might grab on to Snowy here and inadvertently take a dip into the Kool-Aid pool.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to do actually.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Pi hanging in there, man. He's been on points. It's a little mess ups, but like I said, you never know, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up, especially with the mech fights later in Bowser's stage. So You know, it can swing very, very quickly with some unfortunate gameplay. So one thing about this game, it seems that using your cat momentum, what is this 3D world now? Your cap momentum, you can skip a lot of areas that apparently the game just decided to draw, and some developers somewhere mad because you don't even take advantage of that area they worked so hard to design. And you're gonna see that right here on LiquidWifi screen, where he's just gonna say, forget this whole icicle thing that you're supposed to go up and round. Well, ain't nobody got time for that. We're just gonna cheese it, grab it, and be done with that room. So, tell you, man, all that work they did in the speedrun is ruining games for us anyway. Live.
Yeah, we are the worst.
Yep. So, you see Odme now buying that moon now. Now he has sufficient funds to take care of it. And looks like Andy's making his way up to Captain Toad. And speaking of stuff, just remember, see this Captain Toad, Pie's not out of it. If I'm not mistaken, Pie deserves credit, I believe, for this route doing Toad first in this Snow Kingdom. Yeah. So, he might have messed up here, but I mean, like I said, a lot of people, and just notice me, that's just one of the guys that's remember off the top of my head that I remember Pie came up with that, hey, it's actually a little bit quicker to talk to Toad. It may seem a little bit out of the way, but it is faster when done optimally.
Yep.
So, at any percent run, for those asking in chat, roughly, I guess on average, depends on what the average is involving, but just over an hour. Averagely, I guess you say between, about 115, 120, unless you're like me and you're bad at games. Currently, the world record is now, I believe it's 105 now. We're inching closer and closer to that 1 minute, but it's going to take some significant, it's going to take some amazing things to really get under a minute without finding some crazy glitches and some way to figure out how to make the Odyssey think you have moons, which would probably turn it into a much shorter one at that point. But yeah, it's really getting down there. So as you can see, Andy, again, with the way this route is, you're going to bounce off the, the souvenir cart, the hot dog cart. I mean, who sells hot dogs in the snow? I don't know. But using that little thing, you can go up there and grab this moon earlier. Intended route, if it is one, is to actually climb around and go around, jumping off the little light chandeliers to the right of where Andy currently is standing, and then working your way upwards and around. But speedrunners don't have time to do intended things, and we have to do things differently. So, again, newer route, doing that there. So, as you can see, we've got Andy moving over through the purple swamp area, and rip the dome piece. This game is kind of, man, this game kind of reminds me sometimes when you want to do a dive and you kind of mistime it, you just bonk. It's kind of like when you play Mario 64 and you want to do a long jump and you end up ground pounding instead. So,
yeah.
kind of similar controls when you end up messing that up. But fortunately, that one didn't result in a death or anything. So here we go, Pie showing off the Pie strat right now, showing you how it's done optimally, as he is the one who decided on this route here. So no one should do it better than he does. So of course, with this route change, you see Odme going for the 10th moon here, and woo, a little far out there. But he's good, and he's going to be done with this, man. So, a little water action going on for LiquidWifi. Pie's going to be down there, going to grab the ones on top of the UPS boxes. At least how I label my splits there. He grabs that one. Moon grab there for the Goomba Moon over there for Andy. So, like I said, Ami has the lead now. It's the pretty decent lead he has right now over Andy in this group matchup. Of course, if you all haven't seen the brackets, make sure you all type exclamation SMO in chat so you can not only check out all the brackets so you can kind of see who's matched up, as well as check out the schedule, because there's a lot of Odyssey going on. There's numerous people in this race of all skill sets. So make sure you check
Yep.
them out. Make sure you follow the runners. A lot of good content here. You know, this is a really good speed game, and I tell you, if you ever think about speedrunning game, this is probably one that's a nice one to try. You know, very nice one. Very, very, very rewarding to get the movement down. Very visually appealing to see people do this run in a very optimized fashion. Excuse me, Joe. You should be doing backflips right now. I should be hearing like happiness and sirens going off on your screen right now.
I'm just sitting here enjoying
He's like,
my
whatever.
view. Yeah.
He's like relaxing some beach chair, just drinking a Arizona iced tea or something. Just
Yeah.
the lovely view of lunch in here.
45 minutes of misery and pain to get here.
Mystery and pain. Wow. Confirm, can't stand it. You're the one that's just waiting for that Luncheon Kingdom bonus DLC, aren't you? Ah, boy. So anyway, we've got the old Purple Bro. We saw him earlier. Well, except for Pi, because Pi decided to do a different route there, but it's all good. Again, a very simple bro to kill. Either you can do a double jump or hit him with your cap and then jump on him, avoiding his purple regurgitation, apparently. So,
And it's
now
the only brutal fight that doesn't change the second time.
yeah. So again, this is another level that you might see a little deviation on the paths here, especially depending on whether people decide to do fork flipping or they do the lava poodaboo one, which I am not a fan of. I personally have issues with that one, flying off to my death. But it's a good thing I'm not in this tournament because you don't have to worry about my failures. You can watch them show you how it's done. So, all right. I'll be going a little side strut here. So you can see a lot of movement here. Again, you need 18 moons in order to proceed out of Luncheon Kingdom. And generally, like I said, not much deviation except for when they decide to do which of the fork flipping or other. So, there we go. We need a medic over there on Odme stream taking the bonk. And also, if you just noticed that you just saw a use of the homing cap. Again, throw the cap and wiggle or whatever cool word you're going to say that you do with the controller to make the homing cap homing on the nearest object, which happens to be the crate with the moon is stored inside of there. So, again, that one if I happen to like ground pound it or hit it with your cap directly. So Powell's going to wrap up Snow Kingdom, and he's going to try to work hard to get back into this race here. Done with his 10th moon, but he's going to head over to join the crowd in Luncheon Kingdom as well. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Oh boy. Yeah,
Trying to save the frames, loses seconds.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh
So
no.
here we go. Ooh,
Yeah, Liquid
boy.
is done.
Yeah, Liquid has apparently gotten dehydrated and has perished here and is going to have to roll it back. Again, if you happen to die in this game, you're going to go back either to your last checkpoint you hit or the last place you entered. If none of those apply, you're going to be going back to the Odyssey. So here we go. Pan Brothers, it looks cool, but sometimes it's very frustrating to hit that silly switch buried in that cheese there. So with that death, that's going to give Powell a little chance to kind of cut some of this deficit down here. He's going to have to really play fast and be on this game here.
Yep.
Again, Pi is no shabby player, man. He has a PB that is 113, so he's good at this game, man. He knows his stuff. I'm pretty sure if I fell down there in Wicked Kingdom, I wouldn't have had a clue how to recover. I would just have to hit my reset. Oh, we ain't got no reset, but we would have to start to run over. Just one work here.
No fork rooms yet.
I know. I like fork flipping personally, but you're gonna get ready and see the Poodaboo out of here again. Very dangerous here. Again, you'll see people take advantage of the faster movement here. And of course, when you're playing as the Putaboo, if you land on anything that is not this lava or liquid-like substance, the Pepto-Bismol, of course, you're going to basically bust out and there'll be Mario by himself until you re-grab one. And he decides to swag it with all the platforms. Many people usually just jump out and take the damage boost, but he wants to maintain all his health, apparently.
Yeah, it's cycle based, so
Yeah. Plus, it's probably just a little bit quicker to actually land on it versus stopping and losing that speed. So here we go. Looks like Ami only has one moon left, and that's going to be the potato soup up here, whatever the mess is. And, I mean, it's not. I don't know what kind of soup it is, but it's going to be some kind of soup. He's going to get his last tri-moon after he plays the part of that big old slab of ham hock there, or beef or something. He will be done with luncheon. I'm sorry, man, Jock. I'm gonna have one less luncheon screen to watch now.
oh no.
The disappointment begins, man. So here we go. We're gonna have another Poodaboo room here. Andy's headed over there to there right now. Oh man, there feels no fork flip, man. And it looks like that LiquidWifi is going to be headed in there right as well. Again,
Yeah.
if you ever play this game, any of these rooms that you see the little hat icon on there, just about every one of them has two moons in there. There's a very obvious one, usually just by making it to the end, and then there's another one that's usually somewhere on the path or kind of in a not so visible place. So just a little heads up if you ever haven't played this game yet, but I just spoiled you on how to play it. So you can write me letters later.
Direct all complaints to Big John there.
Yes, Big John at Twitch.tv. Yeah, that'll work.
Drop a follow while you're there. So.
You know, but dang, if you don't want to watch spoilers, why are you even watching this race? Come on, bro. See the whole dog. Well, most of it anyway. So, okay, man, I have to ask you, John. What about this kingdom? What about the dragon? Do you like ruined kingdom?
No.
You don't like it.
No.
Does anybody like this kingdom? Well, obviously Yoshi is super mad now and has actually gotten some doggone P-wing action to flying up body Mario here. So, so you see him, he's infused with the power of purple goo here, and of course if you touch it, you're gonna take damage, and you know, you're gonna see a lot of people kind of take damage boost strats here. They're gonna try to get up early on top of this guy, sometimes avoiding damage altogether with a good timed hat bounce and dive to get rid of those little stakes that's piercing him, man. That's animal cruelty right there. But, man, I haven't seen PETA do anything with dragons these days, so.
Yeah.
So both Andy and LiquidWifi are wrapping up Luncheon Kingdom, headed over to fight Yoshi reincarnated. Well, Pi trying to move on. He's got about 6 more moons until he can move on out of here.
Yeah. No fork rooms.
I tell you, man, my feelings are hurt.
Yes.
Just like that. I just like that little. Oh, come on. You just like the pretty colors and stuff, man.
Yeah, sure. All about that movement.
That movement. Hey, you move there, you got a fork. Come on now. You got games where you're flying off of a fork. I mean, jumping is so Mario, but when you have to throw a cap on the top of a fork and flip yourself up like a booger or something, come on, man. That's awesome.
Nah.
No, he went for forks, actually. He went, one of them, Pie does forks, yeah. See, Pie is a fork, what? Man. You know, he's Pie. You can't eat pie with Poodaboos. You gotta have forks, so.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I've never seen him do that, actually, so. You know. Trying to distract me from what I saw. See? I know my glasses are dirty, but I know I had seen that.
Yeah, I can't fool you.
Yeah, man. So, Anami's still maintaining that lead over Andy at the moment. He's still looking good for the W right now. But again, we've got Bowser's Kingdom and Moan Kingdom. Bowser fight. Somebody's going to fail 2D skip, or I think the chat wants people to go for 2D skip because that's just a cool thing to do.
They want that action.
You want that. You got to save them frames, them high definition frames. So here we go. Bowser's Kingdom. Another interesting. A little difference in route here just based on the moons they get. They may grab the moon behind the Odyssey last, or they will get the moon after the 5 shards moon. So you might see a little deviation here. But again, another level where a lot of motion control is going to come into play with, especially the control of the birds in some of these sections here. Controls, again, more controls that are a thing but are undocumented. In the game's help per se. You see Odme with the nice little triple jump action right off the railing there. Because obviously we learned that it's closer. You know, we all learned that stuff back in like geometry class, right? You know, bump these 2 sides of a triangle, we go straight to it. You know. So he's done with the first section again. Can't wait for the day for somebody to figure out how to skip most of this stuff, because again, it's a little interesting how the game actually doesn't show you how many you need for this one until you really get back to the Odyssey. But you do need 8 in this level to actually get up out of here. There are more, but you need 8 to clear it. So you see the little shard section again. Collect the 5 pieces. Again, taking advantage of the hat grabs. Let's see where he goes. He's going to take the faster way. And oh, look at it, getting some bonus money, and then bonks. Lovely. There goes the bonkers run. Reset again.
Yeah, or we're not taking the bird up here.
A little bit faster to do that, and you don't have to worry about getting there. You still need the bird to use a little bit later. It's going to use the hat to grab that one. And again, 2 moons here. You're going to see one of the blocks over here glowing. There's one hidden there that you have to blow that in there. And oh man, he just can't stand that bird. He just kills it. Murderer right there. Like, uses it for benefits and then kills it. God, what a murderer.
Did not grab the wall moon.
Yeah, interesting. So it looks like he'll probably be going for, I don't know, I guess he'll probably be going for the one behind the Odyssey. Assuming he's going to go for the one right here as well.
Might be the one on the nose. The Bowser nose.
Yeah, Bowser nose is one that I haven't seen anybody really doing that one too much. But so there's a lot of people running this game, and of course there's a lot of routes that are being done. Now everybody's doing what is quote the best, because sometimes you deviate based on your own skill set or personal preference and whatnot. So. So here we go. We're gonna wrap up that fight. Pie is pushing his health, but he ain't scared. We're gonna take care of that final hit, and he will be joining the crowd in Bowser's Kingdom in just a few moments here. So here we go, good old Topper. And of course, one thing about this fight here is that, you know, like me, the first time I put his hat, no idea what I was doing. I tried to knock every hat off, but you can just jump on him while he's spinning around, and of course, right when he goes into hiding, just hit the hat he's on, jump on him, and you can skip or reduce that phase significantly in time. Again, saving them frames. So on the bottom race here, we got LiquidWifi going with the bird strats here. And there we go. Again, you can use motion controls to get a significantly higher jump than actually just, you know, using the buttons there. We can clear that awning over there, and he's not gonna be a murderer like Odme was and actually use the bird for a benefit. He jumps out and jumps back in. Just gotta stick the beak in the wall to get that moon, and then collect the last shard on there. So right now ahead, you have the left side of the screen. Odme and Andy are racing each other, and LiquidWifi and Power are racing each other. Odme has a lead on the top, and Wi-Fi is in the lead for them. For those who just joined, we have two separate races going on: one versus one on the top, and one versus one on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, man, what do you think about this upcoming mech fight?
It's interesting. It's fun when it goes right,
When it goes
horrible
right.
when it doesn't. So
Now, do you personally do birdless on it?
I do birdless, yes.
Jealous, I haven't learned that.
Oh, better get on that train.
I'm a noob. I enjoy being different until I get better. Again, this fight coming up can honestly swing things around here. Oh, well, this is
it's this moon. I saw this before on Twitter.
so he's going with the moon on the side piece there. Again, a kind of a risky movement because if you mess that one up, you're deaf into who knows what. Now we know his route. And here we go. We've got Andy taking care of a lady Brodo here. Has a very pleasant scream, I'm sure, that everybody loves to hear.
Definitely.
And of course, optimal route thing here is just to hit it back and then dive on her, avoiding her flying around like a fool for 15 seconds or so, laughing. And you see both Wi-Fi as well taking care of it. Pod doing his shard collecting here. Trying to catch up here, and here we go. The mech fight, one fight that can destroy your run very quickly or make it amazing. So the main thing about this fight is all four of these Brodos are hidden away on the sides of this mech here. So the intended route, if you want to call it that, is to use the bird to hit the bombs and hit 2 hits on one of the legs to make them fall down, then work your way up. And the game will automatically have the mech fall down to the next vulnerable one. But you know, speedrunners, we just can't do things the way we're supposed to do it. And by using now, which is now birdless, you can basically backflip up on the joints of the leg and work your way to the top without even using the. And you'll see runners using these cap dives to recover back on. And I mean, God, man, that's a pretty good fight right there from Odme.
Yeah, no problem.
No
A player like him.
Man, I need to take notes here.
Yeah.
But that's how you do it right there, my friend. A very good fight there, and it's going to keep his lead here. Unless something really bad happens to Odme, it's looking like it's in his favor here. And again, well, look at there. Look, Wi-Fi also going with the side moon there. Is that actually a route change now?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, routes change like every business day on this game, so you never know these days.
Yeah, when I saw it, I thought it was for 253 and 503.
Yeah, well, looks like 2 of our runners. At least I'm not sure. I don't know if I missed what Andy did, but runners based on his count. Okay, looks like Andy must have got it or got another one. But yeah, man, this is good stuff here. So here we go. Done with Bowser King as Odme, so he's going to head over to Moon and Wi-Fi trying to make sure he didn't fall in that purple Kool-Aid. Actually, that's not kind of purple, more like a passion pink or something like that. Pa taking care of the brawler there. One down, going to head over and take out the lady Brodo after he knocks his face off first. And Andy going with the leg action. He's going to do it semi as intended. He might have done that first one, but I have this feeling he's not going to time. So he's going to grab on, poke it, hang on for the ride as the mech blows him off and hat dive back on. So you have a time here. So you have time to hit it until it begins blinking. After about 5 or 6 blinks, it will throw you off again, and the ears almost blocking him, and he's back on nice and safe. So he's got 2 down, 2 more Brodos to hit. Okay, I'm scared to even ask you, Jock. Okay, do you like Moon Kingdom?
I like Moonskip.
Just Moonskip, that's it. Don't the rest
Yeah,
of it.
there's not much more to this kingdom. So
Yeah, 90%. You don't do too much in this kingdom. Just setting up moon jump, and yeah. So here we go. Andy have a little problem there. It's gonna work up with the hard way. Let's see if he gets it first try here. And
Liquid taking a fall.
looks like he's dead on there.
Yeah, first try.
I mean, look at that, trying to show off some skills here. Just to give you an FYI, in case you do not know, Onmi is on PB pace right now.
Mm-hmm.
He was 13 seconds ahead after finishing up Bowser Kingdom. So we have a chance for a PB in the race, which you just can't go wrong with that.
And sub 110.
Yes, sir. We have, yeah. He has a chance to break sub 110. That's a very, very, very fantastic accomplishment in this game. Let's see what happens here as he does his final Bowser fight here.
Fighting it slow and easy.
Yeah. Wrapping up the mech fight there for Andy. Wildfire doing that, and we got Pie starting the fight here. This is how he does. He's also going for Birdless here. Again, he throws, he hits the hat, does the hat hold. You can throw the hat and hold the button. It will keep the hat stationary. And then once you begin to start up that little mound there, you'll call the hat back and skip the cycle of Bowser going around, stomping with the little fire rings all over the place. So far, Ami's doing pretty good, man. What do you think? Does Ami go for 2D skip now to even get a few more seconds on that PB or what?
Yeah, I believe so. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Looks like based on his lead, if he wants to stay and win the race, he can afford to do so. I think. But so he can probably go for it and die and still get. He might sacrifice his PB at it. We'll see what happens, man. Hey, I'm just saying, man. You just don't know. Hey, you speedrunners, you gotta go YOLO. Can't be playing no games all soft and using basic strats. You know, you can't get PBs playing it safe. They're world records, right? Unless you have an uncontested speedrun game. But here we go. But yeah, anyway, what happens is you're going to basically skip a portion of the area that you you just basically do an interesting little jump here. A little risky because your control of Bowser is a little heavy, sticky when you're trying to actually move him left to right while in the air. So, but here we go. He's in that 2D section.
There we go.
Whoa.
No problems.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's right. I take credit for that now. But he's in there. So if he can finish this strong here, Onmi is going to not only win the race, but he's going to PB this too and break the 110, which is going to put him in that top league of runners of this game here. There we go. Yep, moon skip over there. Man, first try all over the place here. Man, we got everybody getting 2 cycle wiggler. Can we get 4 for 4 first try moon skip? Nope. That doesn't count. See, that was just a warm-up. Okay. He was testing his buttons. Andy doing interesting straight. He's just doing a little practice here. You know, making sure his buttons and his barrier doesn't die. That's all. So we're gonna call that first try.
1.5.
Yeah, first-ish try. First-ish try. So, man, look at this, man. So, as you can see, as Ami does this, when he starts, he begins shooting the fireball so he can get a lot of hits on one of them and finish it up. And this is looking like a PB, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yes, definitely.
And I believe that we have our winner on the upper screen finishing strong, not only with the win, but a PB by 18 seconds, finishing up with a 109.50.
Very nice.
Man, that is very nice indeed, man. Bringing his A game and PBing doing a race. Man, that is fantastic. So, congratulations to Odme taking the win over Andy, who is trying to finish it strong right here. And that's what I'm talking about. I love seeing people win for PB, man. Don't let that pressure get to them and stays on their game like it's nothing. So congrats to him on that one. We got Andy finishing strong. Again, these are some really good players here, man. It's like you're going to probably see, sub 115s all over the place. So I'm a little bit behind, but, unfortunate mistakes here. But, he did a fantastic job of recovering, knowing a really good route down in the lost area of Wooded Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to, take a death or something like that. So even with the mistakes, man, it shows a lot of good knowledge of this game. So LiquidWifi, here he goes. As he begins his Bowser trick. And we get to learn a little bit more about the friend zoning that Peach has done. Yeah. I guess you can't really say Peach. She just kind of runs off and is this woman really worth all this work?
She stole your ship.
No, we gotta do some crazy action moves just to recover.
He clearly missed the ship. He's falling off.
Let's see if LiquidWifi is gonna be as bold as Odme was. Skipping some of this area here. Let's see what happens.
Nope.
Yeah, he definitely had the time for it because Pa is trailing quite a bit behind him, but I know he can show off too much.
Andy, no fun.
No fun. Hear that, Andy? Like I said, you are no fun. You're gonna be invited to his party. But nevertheless, it looks like he's gonna end up with. Stays on pace. He's gonna probably end up with a sub 114 time here. And LiquidWifi begins the anime, whatever the things are, the anime section. Getting the early fireballs here to get some of that first pillar damaged. Okay, you gotta be careful. And usually you'll go around this, but you can actually fall down and miss that. Most of them usually go now clockwise as opposed to counterclockwise around the pillars. Of course, there's Annie to just ruin my theory of what people not going. He's going that way, he says. Put it that way. But looks like LiquidWifi is going to end up finishing this race as well. In just a few moments here. How going to get through this last portion of this Bowser fight.
Yeah. Finishing up with a PB as well.
Another PB.
Yep.
PBs everywhere, man. It's raining PBs. Up at Oprah, just passing out PBs to everybody on the left side. Odme and LiquidWifi getting race, not only PBs, but PBs during the race.
And the third PB.
Man, third PB. Man, it is a PB spree, man. PBs for just about everybody.
Can I have one?
Yes, you can have a PB. I'm going to give Pa an alternative route PB right there. Because he has a PB for going down into Lost Kingdom, getting moons in the route. So I'm going to give him a complimentary courtesy PB as well for doing that alternative route as well. So we're just going to give quad PBs for everybody. You know what? Everybody in chat, you get a PB. Everybody gets a PB.
Yes.
Everybody gets a PB. I'm not giving you a PB job because you don't like Wooded Kingdom. You don't get it.
Oh. Well, I'm not gonna like Wooded Rat.
So, what about PB? I'm gonna give you a BP instead.
Andy did not cut my PB time.
But again, congrats to LiquidWifi. We're gonna try to work on getting our Our winners on here in the call here. We got Ami and Wi-Fi. So while Pi finishes up a 2D stage, let's see if he's going to go for some stuff here. Well, Pi's going to go for a new strat here. Testing out a zip here. Didn't quite work the way he wanted it to. But it's okay. He's going to try again. He's going to bounce back like Chef Renz would tell their chefs. So let's roll it back one more time here. There now. So let's see here again. Congrats to our winners. And again, we got 3 PBs. Let's see if we can grab some of these players. See if we can get Odme or Wi-Fi in here. Let's see if we can find either of them.
Yeah, I can see Odme. I see Andy.
Do we have our
Liquid, yeah. Andy and Liquid is in Discord.
Alright, let's see if we can get him. And let's see here. But here we go. Pie's gonna finish up strong here. Let's see if I can get Liquid over here. And of course, Pie never giving up. Never giving up here. It's going to finish up and go to the anime section here. But again, another apparently they may, I'm not sure if he's gonna okay, we got him in here. So we got, I'm gonna drop Odme. So we can get Odme in here. Odme, what's up, my friend?
Hey, I am so happy that I got the sub 110 in the race.
Oh man, you in the cool kids club, man. We give you like the courtesy cookie now for getting that PB, man.
Yeah.
And a race at that.
Yeah, I got a 110.08 last night, and I had a really good run that I lost like 20 seconds on Bowser's Kingdom last night, and then I messed up Moon Skip and I choked the 109. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get it in the tourney race tomorrow, and I did.
You sure did, man.
Nice.
You nailed that. You nailed that amongst a lot of other stuff, man. That was some really good playing, man. You were ahead for you had the after Bonk City, man. Bonk City, you were just going, man. You were on your game and nailing through luncheon and all that stuff, and I mean, you did a really good job, man. The nerves, if you had any, they weren't there today. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous going into the mech fight because like it's the mech fight and my hands were like shaking a bit, and then when I bonked on the ears and I fell off, I'm like, this can't happen. So I saved it with a wall jump and got back on.
Yeah, you did, man. You were quickly reactive to what happened, man, and it shows, man. That, I mean, God, man, congratulations, man. You're in part of the elite group of people with the sub 110. I wish I would. I could break 120 for that matter, but that's some good stuff, my friend.
Congrats to Andy as well on his PB.
Yeah, man. We had 3 of you all who PB'd, man. I mean, God, man. Even if you didn't win, God, Andy, how big was your PB, man?
A minute and a half.
Dang.
90-second PB, dude.
That's like a minute and a half lost on that Bowser stage. That was awful.
That's one of those kind of PBs. Like, man, I could have done so good, but man, the time I lost. So, but nevertheless, man, hey, free time, save next run, right?
Oh yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah. Minus the start, I missed the trampoline like 4 times, and I was really frustrated.
Yeah, you and Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshi was mad at you.
I was I entered Seaside and I got like the Jetstream Moon. I saw that you were like just starting Seaside, and I'm like, wait, he's catching up. I gotta go.
Yeah, man. But definitely congrats on that, man. Odme and Andy, both getting PBs. Odme breaking that 110, which is fantastic. So that's really good stuff there. And not to mention that, our other winner, Liquid. What's up, my friend?
Yo, what's up?
How's it going? You also winning your match and getting a PB. How does that feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Got a 14-second PB. Not too bad at all.
Hey, 14 seconds here. We had a PB by 13 seconds by Odme. Andy PB in by a minute and a half. And then we got my boy Pie.
Yeah, Pie.
The
Legend.
innovator
I had a
of
really good
new
run.
routes.
I PB'd by a -4 minutes on
Look,
mine.
look, I gave you have a PB for having the most innovative route in the Wicked Kingdom because I was
I was
saying,
watching that deep woods while I was going, and I'm like,
I
what
was
is he
like,
doing?
Yeah, I was watching.
Fell.
he fell down and he, but the thing was, Pi knew the moon's down there, so he wasn't out of it that bad. You know, he's like, yo, he knew the moons, he knew to get the rock and bopping on Yoshi and go the treasure chest route. And I was like, man, that's a PB. That's a personal best for alternative 80% routes right there, man.
Well, we actually looked into routing deep woods a long time ago, so I actually practiced that section. But
Yeah, I remember when that route was being made and we're trying to figure out was it slower or faster. So
yeah,
yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah, I saw him in deep woods. I'm like, if I ended up down there, I would not be coming out.
yeah, man. But
But
nevertheless,
he
man,
found a way around it, got out.
he did, man. He did that, and like I said, he knew his moons and he knew how to get out of. I feel I was walking around there aimlessly trying to figure out how do I actually get back out of here because you can't go back to the Odyssey down there, and then, you know, you just boy, man. But it was quite a ride, man. Watching Pi take care of that, but it was good stuff there because it shows your knowledge of this game, even off the path there, you know. So.
Mhm.
But yeah, man. Overall, you know, some good races there. Dude, you all beat your PB, not PB, no matter what you did on Lord. And you know, 3 of you all nailing those PBs, man. So that's good stuff, man. So let me ask you, Liquid, what do you think? Let me ask you, what is y'all's favorite kingdom in here? Because we already know Jock loves luncheon to death and everything else.
Lost forever. Lost Kingdom is the best.
Lost Kingdom is the best.
After what happened in my run, I can definitely say Cloud Kingdom is not my favorite. I got
Even call
so
that a
fed
kingdom.
up with Bowser. I practiced that strat too. I'm like, I really need to go for this to save as much time as possible. Then when I got to Moon Kingdom on PB pace, I just said no.
I hear you on that one. What about you, Andy?
Dude, wooded all the way.
Yes.
I got the
Yes,
real
good
cancel
answer.
triple jump strat first try. I was so happy. I was like, man, I'm just gonna drop my controller and forfeit right now.
Andy has a right. You can be on my team on Family Feud. I tell you. Yo, what about that, man?
I think I like Wooded. I think Wooded and Metro are probably my favorites. Not Nighttime Metro, because Mecha Wiggler sucks, but Metro, Daytime, and Wooded are my favorites.
Well, the good thing is all 4 of you all got 2 cycle on Wiggler, so
I
Yeah,
have
this
no
is
idea
really
how I
happy.
pulled off that 2 cycle. It shouldn't have happened.
yeah. So
I actually had like 25 seconds to save there, and I'm like, can I please get this? Because in my last runs, I had that time save, and I still got the 3 cycle, so I couldn't get it.
yeah.
I'm also glad I was able to pull off that scooter clip instead of doing the RC car, because I
yeah.
hate the
Oh
RC
yeah, I
car.
saw that. That was really cool.
You just can't play games as intended, can you? You just gotta sit here and
No.
break games, though.
Also, personal smack talk. I'm 1-0 against my good bud iateyourpie in Mario races.
Oh boy.
Pick the worst time to have the worst run.
Yeah.
That was the one thing, dude. I was like, you know, if I get blown up by Liquid, that's fine. Like the fact that Andy's on the stream with me, I don't want to lose to him because he will never leave me alone about it.
I almost got your PB in this race.
Yeah.
I was really, I should have, but Mecha Brutal didn't want it to happen.
Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that. I'm like,
Andy,
you didn't cut
I
me.
guess I should ask you a question. Do you think anybody on Team Farts will move into the bracket, or will they all stay in the group stage?
Everyone on Team Farts is moving into bracket. We're
Okay,
coming out.
wait a
with
minute.
our
Alright,
vengeance.
heard it here
Can't-
first.
Can someone explain to me? You know, I'm a noob here. What is the origin of Team Farts? How does someone apply to be on Team Farts? Do they have to ingest too much Chipotle and send a sample or what?
You need some fine Australian cuisine is what you need.
So a nice
Flying immediately,
kangaroo
man.
burger or a eucalyptus leaf salad or something or what, man?
We even have a logo actually.
Lots of
Oh
onion.
my god.
Oh yeah, I saw the logo a couple times on the previous races. So great.
Boy. So, Pa, no, I didn't get your answer. What's your favorite level? Obviously not Wooded Kingdom right now, but
I actually like Wooded Kingdom is my favorite to run when I'm not following into deep woods usually. It's I don't know. The music's really good. There's a lot of cool movement things. Obviously, the high level play on Wooded Kingdom is insane with the roll canceled triple jump and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I'm a noob. I just do a long jump to get my momentum on that triple jump.
Yeah, so
Roll
one of y'all
canceling's hard.
nailed the P switch skip on that one.
Yeah, that was me.
Yes,
I
we
got
better
that.
take that credit. Yeah, that was me. All me. But yeah, man. But hey, overall, man, that's some good stuff here. You know. I mean, unfortunately, Team Farts did not. Well, they farted obviously on this race, but
I'm not gonna let farts get ahead.
I just gotta win the rest of my matches and we'll be
gotta keep-
good to go.
ah, boy. But
I
yeah,
don't
man.
think there are any group
Nice,
stages where members of Team Farts are actually against each other.
Nope.
I think
He
one member is
won a
on
lot
each
of-
group.
Was that literally set up intention like that? Gonna have a 4-way battle of Team Farts in the end. Is that happening?
Yeah. They're all gonna be in grand finals.
Oh, boy. Well, I tell you what, you all, make sure everybody, if you have not followed, you should be following all 4 of these knuckleheads, Odme, Andy, LiquidWifi, and iateyourpie. If you haven't already, exclamation C in the chat, not C, R.
Wow,
Follow
that's
all 4 of them.
self-advertising. I see.
Don't follow me. If you want to see someone struggle at 3D Mario, yeah, I'm the one right here. If you want to see somebody good, follow
You're
John.
probably like the god at the 2D skip, right, Big John? Because you play so
Now,
much
see,
2D.
when I spent time with it on my stream and learned it, I got it. That's not my problem. Like, even all my botched runs, I can get that. But man, I'm telling you, I'm a 2D Mario primary. You throw an extra button on the controller, I'm in trouble. An L, an R, a Z, a plus. I ain't got time. I want A, B, up, down, left, right, select, start. That's all I need. But I'm trying to get them. I'm trying to get on these levels, especially people like, me busting out these sub 110 times. So, but nevertheless, make sure you follow all these. If you haven't already, check out the schedule because, Odyssey tournament is obviously one of the hottest tournaments right now going on speed gaming. And there are a lot of runners, fun speed game. It's a fantastic speed game in my opinion. A lot of tech, a lot of crispy movements going on, hat diving and bouncing and all this stuff. So if you haven't already, make sure you drop the follow. Check out the schedule because there's more Odyssey action tomorrow. I think this is the last game for today on Saturday. But there will be more matches. You'll see these people running again because, like I said, all of them are all part of the group matches. So each of them will be racing each other in those group matches. In the top 2 in each group will it be advancing to the brackets, which, based on how many races guys, probably be a little while before that happens. But tons of action, man, between Odyssey and all the other games you got in speed gaming. So if you haven't already, follow all speed gaming channels. Speed Gaming 2, 3, and 4. All right. And of course, so I guess I see a special shout out to Jock helping me commentate. And of course, you 4 runners who, without you all, we'd be just sitting here, I don't know, folding our clothes or something. So
Yeah, thanks for having us. Glad we all got to show off our
got any final
amazing
words?
run, especially
Any
Pi.
Oh yeah. We got any final words? Let's start with Pi, because Pi was the innovator. You got Pi, any final words for everybody?
it was fun, and I hope I do better the next race.
Good answer. Good
I think
answer.
that's,
How
I
about
think
you,
that's the
Andy?
bottom. I think I can't get any worse than that.
Now, see, don't feel bad, man. Just think you beat my PB with like
That's what you
10
say,
hours
Pi,
or something.
and then it gets worse.
No.
What about you, Andy? You got any final words for the guys and gals?
I hope I can beat that next time.
Legit.
The
about
opposite
you?
problem of Pi.
Tell you. What about you, Wi-Fi?
Nah,
That was nah. Keep you up. They translate for you. Nah. I mean, what about you, my friend? I mean, too happy.
All right.
He's celebrating his 110, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Final
anyway.
words are just silence, excitement.
So I guess that's it, man. Jock, you got anything else?
No, Lawrenceville is top tier.
He's too busy staring. He literally has like his wallpaper on his computer as Lunch in Kingdom. Full wall mural in his room, or sleeping on a Poodaboo pillow or something like that.
What can I say? You're wrong. Wooded is trash.
Wow. Are you coming to age of the Q? We're gonna have some words, man.
No. Maybe 19, well, who knows? It's quite far.
I got you. All right, you all. So make sure you all check out the Speed Gaming. I guess with that, that would be it, man. So check out the Speed Gaming schedule if you haven't already, because I believe that right now there is I think there's a relay race going on over on Speed Gaming 2. You've got the Symphony of the Night relay race happening right now. And of course at 11, you've got your Link to the Past randomizer action going on between Key, Sanity, and all those other fun categories. So you've got more stuff on a Saturday night. You got a hot date, you can sit here and watch some hot speed gaming instead, All right, so with that, congrats to all of our runners, and especially all those who getting PBs, and I guess good luck on your future matches. So with that being said, you all have a good night, and I guess we're going to get ready to host. You all have a good night, be safe, have a good weekend, and remember, more gaming action tonight and tomorrow. Odyssey, Mega Man, Mario 64, the whole shaboing boy. So make sure you all check it out. I'm out. You all have a good evening, good morning.